Hi there, I'm Brian and welcome to Project Redleaf, my video series of building a sugar shack, nature center, and family pavilion 3000, better known as a shed. I don't know why every video I post I have that saying, but it's become a thing, and so here we are. I've been at it since last September, and now it's mid-June as I record this, and I've made a lot of progress. I've been beamed up to the top here. I'm sitting on a 20-foot wide LVL beam, 14 inches. This thing is huge, and it took a minute to get up, but it is up, my friends. I got my ceiling joists in. I got my rafters cut and ready to go, installed. All I have to do now is trim off the ends of the rafters, get my ladder joists up, or my ladders in for the overhang rafter, and finish the roof. That's probably a thing. So let's go check out the work I've done over the last several weeks and the work to come. Check it out. All right, the Laser Level 3000, best investment of this project. This is how I was able to get everything level and marked exactly where it needs to be marked. Thank goodness for Bruce. I asked him to help me for 5 minutes just to lift a piece of wood, and thank goodness he did, because 5 hours later, I kid you not, we got the beams in. They were heavy. And I got the ridge board up. How's that for level? Look at that. I made a mistake. I realized that I didn't put the ridge board up high enough. And what I've done is I measured to get the run and the rise to get my 412 pitch for the pavilion. When I did so, I forgot to take into consideration the height above the plate, or the HAP measurement. What the heck does that mean? Well, it means that when I don't take the height above the plate, or in this case, above the beam measurement, I'm going to be about 6 inches short. So what I got to do is I got to raise my ridge board. Where is it? Can't point to it. I got to raise my ridge board up by 6 inches so I can get the right angle of my rafters. I spent so much time trying to figure out what was wrong with my measurement. Well, it turns out it was me, and I forgot to take that into consideration. And when I don't do that, it goes from a 412 pitch down to like a 312 pitch, about 3.5 12 pitch, which is too shallow for the snow that we get during the winter. That if there's a time to fix it, now is the time before I put the rest of the rafters in there. Turns out this has plagued me for years, and for every single roof I've done, including this one, I was off by a little bit. I thought I was right, but I wasn't. And here we are. So I am making the adjustment. I got everything figured out, and that's a lesson learned. Let's do it. And do it I did. I took down the ridge board and moved it up 6 inches and put it back up. It was the right thing to do, and it got done. One other problem that I had is because the back end of the building is 20 feet and 1/4 inch wide, and where this beam ends up, it's about 3.75 inches longer. So when you divide that in two, each rafter on this side of the building, it's about 1.5 inches longer rafters than the ones closer to the building. So I had to make a model and figure out the calculation. Every pair of rafters has a different measurement. And I created this table over here that has the run of each pair of rafters. And I have about 10 rafters I have to install. The difference in pitch, because there's a slight nuance there, I also converted it to, I went from decimal to fraction so I can use it on the tape measure. And then I had to figure out where my bird's mouth cuts were. Again, pitch, bird's mouth cuts, and my measurement here, my run. So all of this required some work, and right now it's coming off really well. The math is working. Finally, the math is working for me, and it's getting there. And shout out to Mike. Thank you, thank you, thank you. He helped me with the overhang rafters and getting the rest of the rafters up. With him being there, I got it done in half the time. It came out awesome. How's this whole thing being held together? Well, here's how the beam is fastened inside the building. I have 6-inch lags that goes across these double 2x4s that goes into the beams. These are double 1.75 inch wide beams. And so these 6-inch bolts go right through it without sticking out on the other side. And I have these lag bolts on the other end that are keeping it in place as well. And this thing is not going anywhere. My little pocket holder. All right, let's check out this area over here. I used a laser to mark where I should cut the rafter. I marked off where I need to make my rafter cuts, and I'll have to trim out these rafters. These end rafters were hard to install because I had to cut out parts of the other roof. The angle that this peaks out of goes slightly higher than the other roof, so I had to 1, cut the trim out, 2, cut out a few shingles and trim off the drip edge. And then I'm gonna have to interconnect the 2 roofs together so water doesn't get through. That is gonna be tricky, but I will figure it out. I always do. I'll end it here for this video. Thank you for following me in my journey, and thanks for watching. All right, now I really do gotta get down because I think I got it. I think I got it. All right, okay, let's go this way. Come on. Oh my goodness. Still got it.